Hi, I'm Steve Berry, and boy, are you lot lucky. We have an extra preview of our motorcycle sale on Friday the 13th of Feb. It's the Adam White collection, 74 bikes, many of them on-road, off-road style, some real rarities from the 60s and 70s, but they're not all dirt bikes. There's some really interesting stuff in Adam's collection. Well, let's crack on. I'll show you what we've got. Straight into it, the first one is this lovely, if you like this kind of bike, and I do, mind you, I like virtually every kind of bike. You've probably worked that out if you watch these videos. But I do like this. It's a 2014 Royal Enfield Continental GT 535, part of the Adam White collection. We've got dozens, literally dozens of bikes in this next sale from the same gentleman, from Adam White, and they're all, you know, a lot of them are very low mileage, because when you've got that many bikes, I mean, you can only ride one at a time, can't you? So this one's only got 2,000 miles on it, from new in 2014, which is nothing. We've got this variant from Hitchcock's, the acknowledged Royal Enfield experts here in the UK. It's a single-cylinder, 4-stroke, with an air-cooled engine and a 5-speed gearbox. Rear seat cowl, no rear window. Reference to Hitchcock, movie references. I'm always doing that, if you notice. I'm sure many of you do. We've got 2 keys with it. It's HPI clear. We've got the V5. It's in great condition. 60s cafe racer style, but with the bulletproof, again, do you see what I did? Bulletproof reliability of a Royal Enfield. Made like a gun. Cracking bike and no reserve. 2016 Royal Enfield Bullet 500 Army Dispatch bike. Not really an Army Dispatch bike, because it's from 2016, and the Army, what would the British Army have been on at this time? CCM Armstrong, Harley Davidson. Do you remember those? They made them in Bolton, and they had Harley Davidson written on every single thing on the bike, and they were basically a CCM, I think. Get down in the comments and put me right. I know you love it. This one, from 2016, has only done, get this, 419 miles. Canvas panniers, it's got a squab on the back for the air for sit, a luggage rack on the back, all the stuff you'd expect to see on a military dispatch bike. Not from 2016, but from about like 70 years previously. Great looking machine. You know, unleash your inner McQueen on the 2016 Royal Enfield Bullet 500. The estimate on this one, £2,500 to £3,000. Now, this is more or less the same motorcycle, but this is the 2008 Royal Enfield. All of these are the Indian-made ones, of course. Yesterday in Paris at Retromobile, the world's preeminent classic car and motorcycle show, by far, that's an opinion, also happens to be true. We were talking about a very significant Royal Enfield, the Constellation that was on the front of the Daily Mirror when the famous journalist John Pilger wrote about rockers, ton-up boys, the coffee bar cowboys, and that, we think, is where the term cafe racer came from. These Indian Royal Enfields, different kettle of fish altogether, although the company is absolutely flying at the moment. They weren't so much in 2008, they were trying out all kinds of things. So you've got the 500cc 4-stroke single, it's air-cooled, we've got electric and kickstart. That's why it's called the Electra X Deluxe. Because it's deluxe, we've got some chrome on the tank here. We've got these hand-painted gold stripes. I've seen them doing that. The BBC made, believe it or not, the BBC made a film about these and I wasn't in it. Terrible, why wasn't I in it? But there was that chap from Sheffield, Wilf Green, who used to, some of you will remember him going, bloody great these bikes are. Is that a Yorkshire accent? Is that a Yorkshire accent, Phil? I'm never sure. Stick to the bike, Berry. 3,087 miles from new. Leather style panniers, that probably means the lads aren't sure if they're actual leather. I'm pretty sure they are. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're leather. 5-speed gearbox, don't hold me to that. The seat will be covered in vinyl. It's in really good nick, needs a clean. Nice black and silver plate on the back, even though it shouldn't have a black and silver one. Fantastic. Again, classic 60s style, with relatively modern, bit of a dent in the tank, but there you go. Like I said, 3,000 miles from new, 2008, and no reserve on that one. The other side of the Iron Curtain for a CZ250. 250 two-stroke twin cylinder. Is this the one with a kickstart where it's also the gear changer and you pull it out? Let me have a look round there. I think so. You push something in or you pull something out and it goes from being the gear changer to being the kickstarter. But I can't remember how it does that. Original UK bike, good condition. Ah, right, there's me going, let's go behind the Iron Curtain. It's probably owned by somebody in Huddersfield. Excuse me. I was coughing when I mentioned, I think I'm allergic to Yorkshire. Original UK bike, generally good condition, one key supplied, Army style, it says here. It's not a real Army bike, it's just a CZ250 that's been sexed up to look like one, and I like it. It's got all the Army style. No reserve on that one. 2000, no, not 2075. What am I talking about? 2000. Mind you, they never changed, so it's hard to tell. This one's from 1975. 10,000 miles on it, more or less. 250 two-stroke twin cylinder, and it's no reserve. 1961 IZH. IZH, you say, who are they? Right, well, I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. But what I'm going to do is say that the script on the fuel tank is Cyrillic, which of course is the alphabet used by Russians. So with the buried deduction, I'm going to say this is a Russian motorcycle. Put me right down in the comments. Rubber seat, rubber saddle. Look at that, Phil. Rubber saddle. Surprisingly comfortable. Very thick rubber. Yeah. So it's got kilometres and something else on there, on the clocks. What's this? Is it a single? Yeah, two-stroke single cylinder. Fresh looking build. Tyres are brand new, we think. Well, when we say brand new, they've never been used. Oh, these are wood. Look at this on the back. Wooden panniers. Fantastic. With the canvas straps, the rubber saddle. They like to rubber saddle, the communists. See, they didn't get much pleasure, did they, the commies? They had to queue up for bread and all that. And their version of Cliff Richard was even worse than ours. So they took the pleasures where they could find them. And you could, on an IZH 350, no reserve on that one, with, hold on a second, it says here, 1 mile or kilometre. We don't know. It's just been put together like that. You'd have to have a look at it, have a think about it, compare to others online, or better still, be here on the day, Friday the 13th, ooh, yeah, for our next motorcycle sale, 13th of Feb, here at Manor Park. Make a great Valentine's present for somebody, that, wouldn't it? An old Russian army bike. I think Russian. You're going to come back and go, idiot, they're Czech or Polish or something like that, but I think Russian. Jawa 250, Type 559, 85,000 kilometres. Blimey. Yeah, from a country, this can't be a UK bike, surely, with 85,000 kilometres on it. Hey, look at this, Phil, come here. The speedo goes the wrong way. Look, it goes, speedos don't do that, do they? It goes from there, naught, up to there. How strange. Oh. Mind you, oh, and that's Bakelite, I think, there around the ignition. I like a bit of Bakelite. Like my granny's wireless set. 250cc air-cooled, single-cylinder two-stroke. It's been dry stored. We've got one key. It's been serviced and then stored. We've got the import documents. A Jawa, or Yawa, as they say. 250, Type 559. Twin-cylinder, two-stroke. No reserve. Now, Phil, you know I'm going to sit on certain bikes, and this is one of them. It's the classic, introduce your children to motorcycling. I think my lad rode one of these first. Oof, dear. Malaguti Grizzly 50. 50cc, two-stroke, single-cylinder, good compression, great little first bike, it says here. Yeah, as far as I can remember, these things are pretty... My lad tried to totally destroy the one that he got to ride, and he didn't manage to do that. Look at that, it's got a disc brake on the front from 19 what? Oh, we don't know what year. But I would have thought, I mean, my lad's nearly 30 now, so they've been around a while, these. Malaguti Grizzly. What have I done taking it off the stand? What an idiot. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lean it up there, which is, I think, where it was before. Careful. Don't scratch that CZ army bike, whatever you do. Yamaha TY80 in the corner here. Again, when you graduated from the Malaguti Grizzly 50, this would have been where you went, wouldn't it? TY80. It's in good condition. 72cc, air-cooled. Right, again, call it an 80. It's 72 cc's. Air-cooled, single-cylinder, two-stroke, matching frame and engine numbers, dry stored for several years, in very good order. Decent tyres, nothing looks horribly broken or knackered on it. Forks look good, tyres are okay. No reserve. Fantastic. It will sell in our sale. Here, have you seen our new mezzanine? Isn't it fantastic? Part of Manor Park Classics' commitment to motorcycles, I think you'll find. Because it is very lovely, but I'll tell you what, it cost a bit, our mezzanine, so make sure you buy a bike in this sale. Honda PX50, unregistered. Oof, my mate will be all over this. My mate Stephen, who loves his wonky mopeds, he'll be watching this going, Berry, they're not wonky mopeds. I love it. PX50. Have I seen one of these before? I must have. Oh, it's not in the best condition, I have to be honest. 50cc two-stroke single cylinder, one key, good compression. Does it run? I don't know. It's done 18,000. UK bike this one will be, won't it? This was like what a librarian would ride to, wouldn't she? Meet, meet. Wave to the vicar as she was on the way to work. Morning, vicar! That sort of thing. My mate Steve will love this. I'll bet he buys it. Now, come on, Steve, get it bought. 1985 Honda PX50. But you could buy it out from underneath him because it's for sale. No reserve on that one. Just wear and tear. It needs a good clean. Oh, it's done some service, that, hasn't it? 20,000 miles of commuting. CZ 175 Sport. So we're moving away from the sort of army bikes and to something more up. Sport 175 here. That's my communist accent, which will do for anybody who lived under the tyranny of the, communist bloc. No rips in the saddle. Paintwork's, I'd describe it as fair. Exhaust's good. Look at that. Yeah. It's got sort of shiny bits and it's silver and it's got a bit of red on it. This is the sport model. I like the headlight. Mind you, regular watchers of these will know that I love all this wacky communist stuff. Drum brake on the front, 1972. 173 single cylinder, two-stroke, unrestored condition. It's been dry stored. It's done 10,766 kilometres, we think. Miles or kilometres? Kilometres, of course. Like I said, there are no rips in the saddle. The paint's pretty good. Not brilliant, it's pretty good. Just needs cleaning up and using. You wouldn't want to restore that, would you? It's got a lot of character. No reserve. Like a lot of these bikes from the Adam White collection, for sale with no reserve. Not all of them, but that one is. Yes, we're very much back in the land of capitalism and making money and building something pretty damn good. A Suzuki K15, 80cc single cylinder two-stroke. Look how low the saddle is. Was this for the home market? In Japan, he said, try not to cause offence. Yeah, look at that. Did he? Original unrestored condition. It's been dry stored. What's that bash plate around the engine at the bottom? I wonder if that's factory or whether that was like an aftermarket thing that somebody put on it. Because they obviously intended it for off-road, and I'm not sure. It kind of looks pretty road-oriented to me, and yet somebody's put these, what for the time would have been proper chunky tyres. Not now, of course, but back then. Still, it's got headlights. Has it got indicators? No. It's got headlight and a backlight. Is it registered? Let me go around and have a look. I see no plate on this one. So there's no registration plate on it. Is that an MPH or KPH? It goes up to 8. It's an MPH. Right. So yeah, there's every chance that it's either American, sold in the States, or sold here. We don't know too much about some of these bikes, and what we tend to do here at Manor Park, instead of making stuff up, is we tend to tell you that we don't know. Instead of being all like, oh yeah, it's this, oh yeah, we've got this, oh yeah, no problem. Because we never know. We think it's okay and everything's fine. Look at that rack on the back there. I think this would have been the sort of machine, and only one saddle, and no rear pegs. So this would have been the sort of thing, like going, this might sound weird, Phil, right, and everybody else. A lot of Americans, they go like camping on this. I'm not kidding. Or fishing. Put your fishing basket on the back there, off into the wilds on this, down trails. Literally a trail bike. So not motocross, not actual like jumping off berms and giving it all this. Actual just riding through the woods or the wilderness or whatever to some sort of favourite fishing spot. Big on that, the Yanks. That's why there's probably that big rack on the back there. MZ250 Racer. Goodness me, what a thing. I will move back to here so Mr. Phil can give you the full benefit of it, he said optimistically. I like it. MZ250 Racer, 243 cc's of air-cooled two-stroke single-cylinder power. It's got a steering damper, has it? Yes. It's got a race exhaust. Look at that, I've never seen one like that. Of course, it's a two-stroke, so it's a tuned length. But look at this at the back here. I mean, you'd normally expect that to be up here, but, to clear the back of the bike so you aren't getting, if it was coming out here, you'd probably be getting it back. That looks like it's off an Aprilia. Clip-on handlebars. Yeah, clip-ons, proper clip-ons there on the top of the forks. Homemade special. For sale. From the Adam White collection, 1979 MZ250, £6,000 to £6,500. We don't know if it's done any miles. It's MOT exempt because it's from 1979. Find another one like that. You're saying, I get it. There are only going to be some people that like that, but I'm one of them, and you might be as well. £6,000 to £6,500, 1979 MZ250 Racer. Well, now I've been told that I've ridden this bike. You've ridden, tell Berry he's ridden that monster. I mean, you'd think you'd remember, wouldn't you? A purple and gold Ducati Monster custom bike. But I've ridden a lot of bikes. And I'm getting a bit, I think I've got early onset because I can't remember. I think I have. 904cc air-cooled 2-valve per cylinder, 90-degree V-twin L-twin Ducati Monster. One of the bikes that changed motorcycling. Backstreet Heroes and Street Fighters featured bike. Yeah, well, I was the editor of one of those magazines, so that was probably when I had to do on this one. Cut down and customised, custom everywhere. Harrison billet 6 calipers on the front. Look at them. Not that it needed it, but look at them. They would stop anything. Very expensive option at the time. And I remember, this is very 90s, isn't it? A bit like me. We've got the old V5. Ducati clocks, it's got standard Ducati instruments here on this top yoke. And then these risers with these gold bars on here. There's something not quite right about that. Extensive build list on this one. We've got the old V5, as we say. It's done 6,500 miles since 1994, and it's called Sabotage, or Sabotage, if you prefer. Look at those exhausts. Number plate should be there, I think, Phil. Careful with this bike, because, you know, sharp edges and points everywhere, so do be careful. No reserve. Yeah, I seem to remember this bike. You might be thinking, this is a dream come true for me, the opportunity to own that bike. I bought that magazine that you were the editor of, Berry. I remember it. Castlegate Customs did the paintwork. It's distinctive. No reserve. Oof. I love an oddball, mate. Not you, Phil, this. The Honda Stream. Look at this, right? So obviously this was Honda's update on like the Aerial 3 with the 2 wheels at the back and the 1 at the front. But because they were Japanese, and particularly because they were Honda, they couldn't improve, or they couldn't help but massively improve on that BSA. BSA had the idea, but their version of it was underdeveloped. Honda don't do under development, do they? So, even though it's got one wheel at the front and two at the back, this was kind of, I was going to say, straight away, I was going to say it's got three wheels, but this is two-wheel transportation for people who don't like two-wheel transportation. And it's got three. But look at this, right? So, the front wheel, look at that, goes around corners like that. Round the corner we go, and the back end follows behind at some point. There's a very clever linkage system down there, but Honda realised that it might be difficult to park at times, or for some reason. So you can lock it there. Pull the handbrake. You can lock it there, he said, and it won't fall over. It's going to fall over. No, you can't go down that far. But if you're on a hill or a steep camber, you know, you could just deal with it like that. The Honda Stream, very clever technology. Look, it's got a boot on the front. Is there a key there? This probably won't unlock it now. Be embarrassing, this bit, Phil. Not for you, for me. What do you mean? All of it's embarrassing. There you are, look at that. See, you go shopping and you buy some Haribos, I don't know, and a pint of milk and some of those tobacco pouches that the young people all have, and then you put it there like that. There, in your boot on the front, and off you go. The Honda Stream NV50 MSD. A powered two-wheeler for people that don't like scooters, don't like motorbikes. They'd rather have a car, really, but they can't get through the traffic or whatever, or they can't afford a car. Honda said, what about one of these? Because that's Honda, isn't it? A powered two-wheeler for everybody. A Fireblade, you know, a Goldwing, a CFR. I know it's CRF. People having a go at me in the comments, Phil. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I misspeak. I get all excited. I'm passionate about this stuff. And I like that. Because it's very Honda. NV50 MSD Stream. 6,500 miles since 1984. BMOT exempt, won't it, that? No, yes. Easy project, just clean it up. Mental. I love it. No reserve. Honda CR250M Elsinore from the Adam White collection. 248 two-stroke single, air-cooled, 5-speed gearbox. Been restored. Oh, a superb restoration project. Or, of course, a twin shock. Twin shocks there. Twin shock racer. Yeah, this is classic twin shock racer material, isn't it? CR250M from 1974. The estimate on this one, which is all sort of much of a muchness. It's had a life. It's been used, obviously. Tyres look like they have a lot of life left in them. Saddle is great. Exhaust is good. Oh, a lot of compression there. Ready to go. Don't know, would you restore it? Would you just ride it in like, as it is? I think I'd ride it as it is. Up to you, completely up to you. But we think it'll cost you $4,000 to $4,500 to acquire that Honda 250 CR250M Elsinore from 1974. A Yamaha AT1. 123cc, two-stroke signal. It's got electric start. So a road-biased off-road style bike with its sort of metallic paintwork. It's kind of, it really is road-biased, isn't it, compared to some of the others. And there's no wrong with that. They were cashing in back in 1969, Yamaha, on the sort of On Any Sunday. You know that film where Steve McQueen and his mates are, I was going to say something a little rude then, Phil, but messing about, I'll say that instead, on motorbikes and in the sun in California or somewhere like that, and it all looked fantastic. And they thought, perhaps a lad in Bury, Lancashire might want a bike that looks a bit like that, but really is sort of more road oriented. So the tyres are sort of, oh, actually, they're pretty serious off-road tyres then, but look at these weedy forks. Yeah, so a road bike that could go off-road but has a sexy high-level exhaust. It's all here. It all looks like it's worn to the same degree, apart from the tank, which I think must have been resprayed because it was never have survived, surely, in that condition, because it's now nearly as old as me, and I'm old. 55-year-old, this one. I think this is an American import, is it? Yes, I think so, yeah. But, yes, we've got the Nova, so you're going to have to, like, get a V5 register in this country. What am I talking about? It's got a plate on it. It's... that plate says Kawasaki KLX650. Edit that bit out. Well, it's not... Right, we've got the Nova, so it might need a V5 on that. This is the thing you'll have to do. Don't rely on what I say, obviously. Check on our website, check the details, and don't forget, you've got to be in it to win it. Don't get high on your own supply. All my catchphrases. People have started saying that back to me now, Phil. Somebody said that to me in Paris. Hey, Berry, don't get high on your own supply. Check, but register. Don't go online on Friday the 13th for our sale and then think, do you know what? I'm having a nightmare because I'm not registered to bed because it's Friday the 13th. Register online. Honda XR200R Dakar. Adam really liked his dirt bikes. 195cc, Paris-Dakar edition, HRC, yeah, classic HRC, red, white and blue. Larger fuel tank on this one, only a 200, yeah, but styled like a much bigger bike. Proper big bike styling on this one, look at that. What a handsome machine. Large fuel tank, it's got electric start, so again, we're in that world, aren't we, where 1988, and particularly in the States and in Europe, not so much here in the UK, but in France, in Italy, in Spain, they love this sort of bike. We've got a pack of old MOTs. We've got the V5, it's HPI clear. We've got one key with it. It's done 25,000 miles from new, and it's no reserve in our sale. A 200 with proper big bike styling. Look at that mudguard. Suzuki TS100 ER. It's unregistered. Yeah, but which is a bit odd, because it's, you know, again, a road bike with off-road styling. Has it even got a high-level exhaust? He said, yeah, there it is. I was thinking, where is it? It's so high level, it's there. Lightweight road legal enduro bike, being sold as a non-runner. We've got the Nova documents, so you can get a V5 using that. I'm sure you're well aware of that, all of you. So, yeah, it's coming in from abroad. Has it got miles or KMs? MOT exempt, because it's from 1980. It says 772 of whatever they are, and looking at the saddle and looking at the paint and everything else, at the general wear and tear on the engine and the exhaust, this is all original, obviously. Yeah, I could believe that. That's happened while it's been stored. Do not modify the exhaust. If I want to modify the exhaust, I'll modify. Don't tell me not to modify the exhaust. If you want to, you buy this, no reserve, you can modify the exhaust and then ride past my house. But not after 8 o'clock at night, please. Yamaha IT175. Yes, sir. 175cc, two-stroke single, air-cooled, 6-speed. We're up to 6-speed now by 1977, 1978. We're not sure which of those, like a football season, we're not sure which of those years this one originates from because there's no registration plate on the back or anything like that. This is a trial bike, not a trials bike, what am I talking about? A trail bike. Drum brake on the front, yes, sir, in 1977/1978. Often better. I mean, you know, if the frame and the suspension couldn't cope with a disc brake, you're better off with it. It's more gentler drum, isn't it? Just don't go as fast or find a big open space where there's not too much to hit. That's usually my policy, if I can manage it. 4,000 to £4,500. Very collectible, this one. Is it? No, it's a single shock, isn't it? It's not a twin shock. Single shock, but with drum brakes. Transitional, isn't it? Transitional technology. Most single shock bikes would have a disc brake, not this one. A year later, 2 years later, we're into discs, but back then we weren't. Good nick, I like it. I like the colour, unusual. No reserve, that one? No, £4,000 to £4,500. Right. Suzuki, is it a Stinger? TC120 from the 1960s. From the 1960s, we're not sure. 3,371 miles. We've got the Nova certificate. Yeah, again, the Yanks loved these. They lapped it up and they snapped them up. Great styling, fantastic performance, makes a lovely sound. TC120. It says here, there's a lovely sticker which you may be able to get here, Phil, but you may not. I may be giving you a task that's perhaps a bit too beyond your mega skills. If Fraser was here, he'd be straight in there. TC120, 118 cc's, and all that sort of stuff down there. So people don't have to take my word for it, which is always a good idea. Original unrestored bike, good compression on it, the lads say. 2 keys with it, the Nova certificate. I'll be the judge of that. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. You could take your significant other on there, but be careful. Don't be burning yourself on this. Oh no, there's a guard there. Make sure, get you know, don't wear your long dress if you go on the back of that, Phil. Right. Another one. Another one. Oh. Right, the twins. So this one has done this one's done 1,149 miles from new. Well, that's what's on the clocks. It's MOT exempt, so again, 180, it's got a nicer saddle, I think, with Suzuki there. Somebody's put this on, this isn't the original one. The paint's not quite as good as that one. Yeah, so the same bike, TC120. Did we get these? I don't know if we did. Get in the comments and tell me. I had one of them, Berry. I got it from Comerfords of Colchester or Broughton's of Liversidge. Made up bike dealerships from back in the day. Not that we really have bike dealerships now. I wish we had more. Dry stored, this one's got good compression, 1 key, Nova certificate, original unmolested. We love that, don't we? 3,000 to £3,500 on that one. Kawasaki KD125. 124cc, 2-stroke single, it's air-cooled. It has a 6-speed gearbox, yeah? 1974 and a 6-speed gearbox. Very rare, twin-shock trail bike. High-level exhaust, twin shocks. Oof, I thought it was going to be plastic. Oh, I hurt my knuckles, Phil. Can you give him a kiss? No! None of that. Ah, plastic front mudguard. Yeah. Very rare, with a 6-speed. 124cc, 2-stroke single, air-cooled, no reserve. Honda MTX125R. Again, another small capacity motorcycle with big bike. Good looks, he said, almost dropping it. But I didn't drop it, did I? 124cc, 2-stroke single, liquid cooled, 6-speed gearbox, big one, aftermarket exhaust. Really? Yeah, it says big one there. That's how the lads worked that out, because it was written on it. Easy project, it's HPI clear, of course. It's done. 9,116 kilometres. We have a V5 for it, the 1984 Honda MTX125R. The small capacity bike with the big bike looks and personality. And a big one exhaust. Come on. No reserve. Get bidding. Honda are an excellent motorcycle manufacturer from Japan, as are Yamaha. Yamaha, like a tank, IT250K, another one from the Adam White collection. All of the bikes in this special preview are from Adam's collection. We're offering them all for sale here, well, many of them, dozens of them, in our sale on Friday the 13th at our premises on our lovely new mezzanine here at Runcorn in Cheshire. 250 2-stroke single, air-cooled, 6-speed gearbox. It's a complete bike. It's been restored. It has been restored. It's lovely. Not over-restored, you know. It's just ready to go. You can tell it's absolutely ready to go, this one. 1983-84. This one's got an aftermarket exhaust from... And what? I don't know. I can't read that. It's almost burnt off. How old's this bike now? 1983-84, good Lord. 41 years old. Don't need an MOT, which is handy because it hasn't got a plate on it. I don't know if it's even registered. Mileage, 597. Although, I'm not sure about that clock. I think that's more like a clock that you use for competition to see how far you've gone, and then you realise, oh yeah, the turning's just up near that church by that abandoned, burnt-out Vauxhall Corsa, or whatever it is. Yeah, so that's what it says, but we're not sure. 4 to 4,500, the Yamaha IT250K, 6-speed 250, 2-stroke single, air-cooled, great-looking bike, ready to rock and roll. Look at this, something a bit special. Oh, wow. Where do you start? Where do I start? Look at that. Fantastic. This is a proper Paris-Dakar bike. I think it is a... Right, Sweet Lamb Adventure Rally Bike Academy. That's Simon Pavey's place, I think, down in Wales. I've been there. I fell off a lot. It was a while ago. My mate went there recently. He said it's fantastic. If you're thinking about it, they do it for beginners, advanced people. Get online, have a look at that. Sweet Lamb Adventure Rally Bike Academy. Serious bit of kit. Everything. Yeah, this is the proper job. Wow. 449, 4-stroke single, liquid cool, 5-speed, full Dakar spec. Everything you'd expect to find on a serious Dakar competitor, but from like 2011, which is when this bike's from. Although bits have obviously been updated. Look at this, the old school map here. The old school, they call them a tulip map, don't they, like that. You roll it like that and you go, damn it, I've missed that turn. I get confused, look at all this. Well, obviously I get confused. But look at it, all the controls here. You think, what can all these be for? What? Well, that's because this is a proper bit of competition kit. Nav tower with roadbook and RNS/ICO trip computers, full Leo Vinci TI underslung exhaust. We've got a second set of wheels. It's got the front fuel tank and rear fuel tank. Yeah, look, it's got 2 fuel tanks. For long distances out there in the desert, and obviously for weight distribution, because you don't want to just make this massive and put all that weight up there. You want to even it out. Even I know that. Is that the fuel tank? I think it is. Wow. 30-litre twin fuel tanks. Wow, what a bike. What a bit of kit. Imagine owning this. Well, you could. Obviously, it's well used, I mean. But this is serious, isn't it? I love it. Miles from new, not known. Not known, sorry. If you're looking at this, you know exactly what you're looking at and you're thinking, yep, that is cheap because £6,500 to £7,000 on the full-on Paris-Dakar Rally Raid Honda CRF450X Rally Raid. Hell of a name, hell of a long name for a lot of motorcycle. Look at that. Proper. Cagiva Super City 50. Yeah, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Europeans got onto this sort of off-road Paris-Dakar styling way before we did. And, well, when I say we did, I personally got on it fairly early. And I had both a Cagiva Elephant 750 and a 900 when nobody else had a bike like that. They thought I was like, you know, foreign, perhaps, till they heard me speak. This is a 50. Look at the size of it. Massive. I've said it again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Big bike looks and personality from a small bike. In this case, about as small as you ever get, a 50. 6-speed gearbox, spares or repairs. Spares or repairs, yeah, well, there you go. We're being honest, spares or repairs. It's had a hard life, it's been sat around. Coches Centro Motociclo, arrow exhaust on it. So that basically is the same engine with that arrow exhaust on it that was in the 6-speed gearbox in the little Cagiva sort of mini Ducati, Honey, I Shrunk the Ducati, like the tiny little super duper 50cc road race or Super Sports 50 that they had. No reserve on that one. A lot of work required, I think. Well, a lot of work required, but as we're saying, spares or repairs, no reserve. On the 50, the Cagiva Super City 50. Yamaha MX360. 351, 2-stroke single, air-cooled, 5-speed gearbox. It's got drum brakes, very rare, twin shock. Yep, absolutely, twin shock motocross bike. Matching numbers, we've got no paperwork with this one. £3,000 to £3,500. We think it's from 73 or 74. And as we say, an MX360 twin shock with a 5-speed gearbox, drum brakes, a rare motocross bike from the Adam White collection. as all these bikes in this special preview are. Kawasaki KE100. Now, we had a lot of these over here, didn't we? This is a 99cc two-stroke single with a 5-speed gearbox. It's a complete bike. Full UK V5. It's done 4,000 miles since 1991. Let's have a look round it. Quick look round it. Yeah, it's in very good order. It's had very little use. Well, it's only done 4,000 miles. I remember when there were loads of these knocking about. When was the last time you saw one of these on the road here in the UK? Like we said, full V5 on this one. And the estimate, no reserve on that one. Saddles in great order, paint's fantastic. That's been redone, obviously. I think the engine, the paint on the engine's been restored, new gaskets and everything, you can see that. And it's been powder coated, I think. Yeah. Somebody spent a lot of time and money on this little bike. No reserve. 1991 Kawasaki KE100 B7. Suzuki TF125. 123cc, two-stroke single, 6-speed gearbox in 1981. Complete bike, no paperwork. Is that a carrying rack on the front? What am I, an Australian policeman or something? What's going on here? Look at these relatively primitive hand protectors here, but very substantial. Was this for going through the bush somewhere, you know, on a big old adventure? You don't need a BMW GS to have an adventure, everybody. You could do it on this, a 125cc Suzuki. Look at the size of that rack on the back, single seat. It's just you and the great outdoors, Phil. Do you feel inspired? He doesn't. I do. I feel inspired all the time. 125cc, Urkel 6-speed, complete bike. We've got no paperwork with it. Also, the stand's a bit moody, but let me just... Ooh, here we go. Oh, Phil! No, it's all right. I've done it. I managed. It's all right. Hey! Yeah, I don't know if I want to put a lot of weight up front there, but I can see how you'd want to... That's where your camping gear would go, wouldn't it? I didn't know that was a thing in the States since I started to see a load of these low-capacity Japanese trail bikes, and then thought that, oh yeah, unlike us lot in our Diddy country, where we go out on a trail ride and then go home, they just keep going into the wide blue yonder. Very popular back in the day. Oh, it could be popular now. It'd be great for that, wouldn't it? Great looking bike. It's got 2 stands. There's one on that side as well. 2 stands. £2,000 to £2,500 on that one. The 1981 Suzuki TF125. Suzuki TS100 97cc 2-stroke single. It's got new tyres. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's got new tyres. Starts and runs, easy project. We've got the V5 on it. Le mileage. Sorry, I've been in France. I speak French like a native of Bury, Lancashire. What else on this one? Saddle's good. Bodywork's good. No rust, no dings in that tank. New decals, obviously, on here. Full floater, Phil. We love a full floater, don't we, mate? It's got rear pegs there. Kickstarter. What else can I tell you? It's done 6,820 miles. Like I said, we've got the V5, and it runs. Easy project, no reserve. 1988 Suzuki TS100. 1975, I was 10. Yeah. The most exciting thing to me that happened when I was 10 was either, no, I'll tell you what it was, going on the back of the RD400 Yamaha that my dad bought off somebody at work, and he kept it for about 6 weeks. And then he swapped it in for a Mini Clubman and a chicken chaser. That was the worst day of being 10. But this bike was new, brand new in 1975. 97cc, 2-stroke single. I would have loved it. And as a 10-year-old, I could have probably got up on that. Look how low it is. Look at that. Wow. I might buy this, Phil. It's making me feel really tall. 97cc, 2-stroke single, 5-speed gearbox. It's a complete bike. It is a nice, clean example. Let's have a quick look round it. That mudguard must have been replaced. The forks, seals have been done. This has been painted. These look brand new, these rims. Weirdly, the tyres, yeah, it's got all the evidence of a bike that's been stored. Sadly, the saddle has had a bit of wear and tear there. Somebody's done the old duct tape restoration job. These indicator lenses look new, as does the backlight. The exhaust, there's a little bit of surface rust, but there's nothing wrong with it. There's no holes in it or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think this one's done a lot of miles at all. I think it's done a lot of sitting around. Yeah, get this. 1,039 miles from new since 1975. Nice clean example. We've got the Nova certificate and you can use that to get yourself a lovely V5, stick a plate on it and get down the road on a very usable Yamaha DT100. Kawasaki 100. 99cc two-stroke single, a KM100 G4. 5-speed gearbox in this one, complete bike. Nice rear rack. Thanks for noticing, lads. There it is. Yeah, a good honest bike, plenty of life in them tyres. 1,343. All of the bikes that we're previewing today are from the same chap's collection. And right at the start of this preview, I indicated that that might be good because when somebody's got so many bikes, they can't ride, they can only ride one at a time. I say it again. And look at this. Or did this chap, he said, getting diverted, I'll come to it in just a second, did he deliberately find very low mileage examples? Because this one's only got 1,343 miles on it. So you're saying, I don't care whether he found low mileage examples or they're low mileage because he had so many bikes. All I care is that it's in fantastic original condition. The saddle's great, nice rack. Slacks motorcycle sales, it says here. And then something 3rd Avenue, 47th and 11th Avenue, SO. Slacks of Salem, I think. You know, like Salem's Lot? Stephen King, Phil. Are you a reader? No, you're not much of a reader, are you, obviously, Phil? Yeah. So, obviously, an American sold machine, Japanese built, of course, and it's no reserve. 1,343 miles. Great looking bike. Honda XR200. 198 4-stroke single 6-speed in 1980. Yes. Twin shock. That saddle has been recovered. It's a very solid bike. Very little wear and tear. Brand new tyres, brand new Michelin trackers. God, they'd be worth a few quid. Kickstart. There you go, sir. Oh, loads of compression there. Tool bag on the back. Off you go. 12,287 miles from new. The estimate £3,000 to £3,500. The Honda XR200. Kawasaki KE1... KE? Nearly had Phil going then. KE100 G5. 99cc, two-stroke single. Again, this big old rack on the back for all your fishing gear, your camping gear. Being Americans, possibly a gun. Let's move quickly on. Well, legal there, of course, not here. Complete bike, rear rack, nice clean example. 2,346 miles from brand new in 1976. No need for an MOT or anything like that. A good, honest bike in very good condition. The paint works fair. Front mudguard's good. Wheel rims look new to me. Has it had new ones? No, but they're in good condition. A semi sort of trail tyre, drum brake on the front. It's only 1976. So, 50-year-old, half a century, Phil. And look at it. It's in great nick. No reserve. 1976. Kawasaki KE100 G5. The Suzuki TS90. He had a real thing for these bikes, did Adam, didn't he? Before he decided to get rid of a ton of them in our sale, because, you know, all kinds of reasons. At one point, you've got this crazy passion that drives you to collect so many of them, and then you turn around one day and you think, time for something else, or you know, for whatever the reason is. 90cc, two-stroke single. I like the stories, me. You probably worked that out from watching these, if you watch these videos. American again, I think. Or is it? Yeah, Nova present. Project bike, got a rear rack, 5-speed gearbox, 90cc 2-stroke single. Great looking bike, isn't it? Just a good looking piece of kit. 1971 Suzuki TS90, no reserve. Wow. Yamaha Matisse, it says Matisse here. Come on, lads. Matisse. It means, well, it means something that I'm not going to say because the meaning of it's kind of changed. And people might go, oh, are you a snowflake, Barry? Are you politically correct? Yeah, I'm a snowflake, obviously. No, I just don't want to, you know, upset people. But it's a Yamaha Matisse Desert Sled Evocation. So, I mentioned it already once, like in On Any Sunday, when Steve McQueen and his mates, Bud Eakins, and what's that other, Malcolm Smith, that other geezer who was really handy, yeah. They were out there in the desert, in California, on bikes like this, except they were out on Triumphs and BSAs, and this is a Yamaha. So in the same way that Yamaha copied, they definitely copied, but improved on the British Parallel Twin, somebody has used the better, maybe not the character, maybe not the name, but the better Yamaha engine there to create something that looks like those desert sleds, those kind of super cool, very American. Look at that red saddle, high level exhaust. It's got the Matisse type bodywork. $1982 it's from, the bike. 3,000 to 3.5, sorry, 5,000, 3,000. That'd be about, I was thinking bargain. Might buy this one. No, don't buy them. Don't get high in your own supply, Berry. These bikes are for you lot. Get registered to bid in our next sale, Friday the 13th of Feb. £5,000 to £5,500 on the night. What a good looking bike. Just come back, Phil, come back. Let people drink it in. Look at that. What a great looking piece of kit that is. £5,000 to £5,500 on the 82 Yamaha. 458 miles from new. That's the information that we've got. We don't know any better. 6-speed, of course. 4-stroke twin cylinder. 400cc, or 386 rather. Full UK V5 on that one. And like we say, the only information we've got tells us 458 miles. We don't know whether it's correct or not. A lot of the time, the information that comes with a bike is extensive. Everything's there. Sometimes you've got virtually nothing. So we like to be upfront and honest about it. What I do say is if you can come down here, have you noticed, Phil, that up here on the mezz, our new mezzanine at Manor Park in Runcorn, my voice seems to be, yeah, it's the carpeting, isn't it? It doesn't carry as much. I have to speak louder and more clearly so people can understand me, which is difficult for me. I like that one. It's my favourite so far. The Yamaha Matisse Desert Sled Evocation, £5,000 to £5,500, the estimate on that one. CZ175 Sport Model 477. Now, it's not going to be 477 cc's, is it? No, it's 175 cc's. In fact, 172 cc's. It's a 2-stroke single. It's got a 4-speed gearbox. It is a complete bike. It's a UK bike because there's a UK number plate on the back. Nice original example. He said it's a UK bike, but, hold on a second. Just because there's a number plate on the back doesn't mean that that's the number plate that goes with it. I've got caught out like that before. The lads here have said the Nova, the documentation, the import documentation is present. Funky. I like it. Does it run? It doesn't say. 10,856 miles from new. Don't forget there's a buyer's premium of 15% on the hammer price and a minimum charge of 300 quid plus VAT. Here at Manor Park on bikes. Fantic Caballero. Caballero. Come here, Mr. Phil. Oh, I'll be getting in trouble. I'll stop that right now. Fantic Caballero 50. I'll tell you what, back in the day, 1982, if you had one of these, what a thing. Look at it. Fantastic. Of course, Fantic are still around. Is it the same people? But you can buy a Fantic. In fact, I think you can buy a Fantic Caballero, which probably means cowboy, doesn't it? Or something similar. put me right in the comments. 2,801 kilometres from new. It's a 50cc two-stroke single, air-cooled, almost complete bike. We have no paperwork with this. Look at that though. You want to see the quality of the workmanship and the thickness of the material on this saddle, which is why it has survived 44 years in such fantastic condition, although it's only covered, well, less than 3,000 kilometres from new. No reserve on the 1982 Fantic, I say again, Caballero. Phil's doing a dance there to try and, putting himself through hell to give you the best possible view of these motorcycles. The professional. It's a 50. Trailmatic. It's got electronic ignition. Fantastic. Wow, what a bike for 1982. Lovely thing. I like that. How much? No reserve. Wow. Honda 125. Ah, yeah. Now, is this a trials bike or a trail bike? It's a trail bike, isn't it? It's a Honda 125, four-stroke single, mostly original. It seems to be mostly original. Trail or trials? You tell me. I think it's a trials bike. New shockers on the back, obviously. They didn't have them in the 1970s, with a remote reservoir. Of whom's manufacturer are they? Blimey, it leans over on the stand. Look at that. Gave me a moment then. Paoli. They're expensive. Twin shock Paolis on the back. So the mileage on this one, 5,882. Yeah, so there's me saying, this is a trials bike. It's got clocks. It's got a number plate on the back. We've got the V5. MOT and tax exempt. It's got a hootie horn. No extra charge for the hootie horn. I love it. Great. Yeah. So it's a trail bike rather than a trials bike. You tell me. They'll go, no, that's a dedicated trials bike, that, Berry. Yeah, but it's got a plate on it. But, of course, a lot of trials, the Scott Trial, for instance, up there in Richmond in North Yorkshire, which I think is the oldest motorcycle event in the world, you're on the road a lot, so the bikes have to be road registered. So, back in the day, a lot of people would have ridden to where the trial was taking place on that bike. So that's why it's registered. I love to be educated. You tell me. I'll tell you that our sale is on Friday the 13th of February. And like I said, don't have nightmares about Friday the 13th. Register to bid online. We love it if you can come down. We have a right good do on the day here at Manor Park. It's great. There's a really good atmosphere. A lot of like-minded people coming together, and some people get a nice bit of cash for something they don't need anymore, and a lot of people find a new bike to love to come into their lives. It's a wonderful thing. 1970s Honda 125, that's what the lads have put here. Yeah, 1970s CD175. CD175 with the high level exhaust. Somebody's put the hipster bandages here to stop you from burning your leg. Way! Nearly, Phil. Yeah, you'd need that, wouldn't you? Otherwise you'd burn your leg on there. Look at me, I'm getting covered in muck here. Oof, blimey. They aren't half leaning over on the stands, these bikes. 124 four-stroke single. Seems to be mostly original, this one. The CD175. Scrambler style, as they say, yeah, with them tyres. Might need a mudguard on there. Although it's quite the fashionable thing to not have a front mudguard, isn't it? The younger lads with the bobbers and the... what else? Well, bobbers. No front mudguard. Not something I'd go for. Mind you, I'm 61. Right, so I know I don't look it. Yeah, so somebody's kind of... it's a bobber or those beach bars. I think they are. They're what they call beach bars. They kick up a bit and then they're wide like that. It's a nice little custom job. Rough looking in parts, yes, but give it a bit of love. Make a good bike for somebody. CD175, no reserve, 1976. Honda. Cafe Racer. From a bobber to a Cafe Racer. CB125S from 1977. Four-stroke. It's got a Lifan engine, so it's got a replacement Chinese engine. in there, Chinese version of the Honda 125, the venerable Honda 125, like presumably the one in the CG125, or in fact that same engine. And people go, yeah, but it's Chinese. Well, guess what? Loads of things are Chinese now, aren't they? And it might say like BMW or whatever, Triumph, but yeah, well, there you go. This iPad's probably Chinese. Phil's probably Chinese. CB125S, no wrong with that. Good bike, UK bike, good compression, fresh tyres. Look at that, Cafe Racer style. Aftermarket RFY, remote reservoir twin shocks on the back, which it wouldn't have had. We've got a disc brake there on the front. It says George White there. Perhaps he was called George White or it's come from George White's. Again, a little bit of a custom. You might not be able to see, because Phil's not very good with that camera, but there's been a bit of an adverse reaction to the paint on the tank here. And I should make you aware of that, so that doesn't look too clever. You'd have to sand that back down, maybe do the whole thing again, I don't know, or you could just live with it. No reserve on the Honda CB125S there with 8,000 miles since 1977. A Kawasaki Bushmaster. No jokes about Bushmaster, right? Don't want any of that from you. Bushmaster 90, 2-stroke, single, rotary valve induction. I've been reading all about the introduction of rotary valve induction. Easy for me to say. Yeah, just this week I have. Because I'm writing this so-called book about 1972, which I reckon is the greatest year in motorcycling. And in many ways, it was a very transitional time. You know, drum brakes to disc brakes, points to electronic ignition, all sorts of things were changing. Rotary valve, automatic oil injection. It's a 5-speed with neutral at the bottom. Woof, that'd be confusing for somebody like me. A Bushmaster, like I say, big old rack on the back for your stuff, your camping gear and your Smith & Wesson or whatever. Look at these buck-horn bars, I love them. Fantastic. Oh, it's a lightweight bike. Wow, that is a lightweight bike. Bushmaster, and it's got a Cobra. I'm not sure Cobras live in the bush. Don't they live in India, Cobras? I thought the bush was Australia. 5-speed, scrambler-style exhaust, and a perforated heat shield. Yeah. Great graphics, good paint, saddle's good, big old rack on the back. How many miles? 36, it says. Not sure about that, but that's what it says. And we can only pass on that information. The tax ran out on this one in August 1970. Well, that must be the first tax disc that goes with this bike. Hold on a minute. It's right, how much do you reckon the tax was, Phil? I'll tell you what it was for a year on this bike. It was £2, 10 shillings and 0 pence. Pre-decimalisation. Proper money. Do I remember it? Not really, no. I was like 5 when it changed. I didn't have any money when I was 5, did I? Didn't know what money was. Still don't. They don't pay me for this. They do, actually, believe it or not. Yeah, believe it or not. AR50 C10. Proper this and it. This would have been some lad's dream at the time, wouldn't it? He would have been riding down the road and this thinking, I am the daddy. And he would have been right. Look at it. What a great looking piece of kit this is. Look at them cast wheels. Mental. Love them. Disc brake on the front. It's not got one on the back as well, has it? That'd be madness. No. AR50 C10. Learner legal. Looks mostly original. UK plates on the back. What year is it? 1996. Dear God, that's 30 years ago now. Unitrack. Yeah, so Unitrack off the bigger bikes. On this one there. None of your twin shock nonsense. This was the modern world in 1996, 30 years ago. No reserve, fantastic. 3,416 miles from new. It's got a rev counter, 10,000 RPM red line. Oh, yeah. This is what it's all about, isn't it? Something like that. No reserve as well on the 1996 AR50 C10. Look at it. Outside the Spa. Sat on that, woof. Yamaha DT175 MX. 171, air-cooled, two-stroke, single-cylinder. It's a UK bike. MOT history, we've got 2 keys, the original owner's manual. Paint's good, saddle's good, new tyres, yes. Newish. Well, yeah. Continentals as well, none of your rubbish. Right, this fella went to the Piston Club reunion in Santander in that there Spain in 2013, and he's got his rally plaque there to prove it. Yeah. So, a very much on the road but off-road influenced machine. Yeah, well, very much an on-road machine. 22,500 miles on the clock since 1978. The estimate 4 to 4, but very desirable, of course, and particularly in these colours, white with red and black. DT175 MX from the Adam White collection, as all these bikes in this special preview are, and the estimate is 4 to 4,500 pounds on that one. Honda CR250M Elsinore, another Elsinore. 248, two-stroke single, air-cooled. This one's in great condition, obviously subject to an extensive restoration at some point because it's from 50 years ago, and it wouldn't look this nice if it'd been ridden round off-road in all sorts of nonsense type situations. Lots of fun, but, you know, ultimately nonsense, and we love it. But there you go. It wouldn't have survived like this, would it? Because it would have got a right battering, because that's what they're for. Air-cooled, 5-speed gearbox. Again, the lads have put superb restoration, and they're not wrong. Very high standard, everything's been done here. It just looks great. It is great. It's a classic, isn't it? 250, CR250M, come on, 1976, half a century old. We don't know how many miles it's done, because it's got no recording devices of any kind. No light, you know, it's dedicated off-road bike, isn't it? But the estimate here, and don't forget, when the hammer comes down, when Tom brings the hammer down, there's a 15% buyer's premium on that, and we have a minimum charge of 300 quid on bikes plus that here at Manor Park. 7 to 7,500 pounds is the estimate on that lovely 250 Honda. Yamaha TY80. This would be a second bike, wouldn't it? Look how wide the bars are. Look at that. Yeah, proper trial bike. Can you imagine being a little... How old would you be riding one of these? Like 8? Something like that. 8 or 9? You'd be loving life, wouldn't you? Absolutely. TY80. 72cc air-cooled, single-cylinder two-stroke, matching frame and engine numbers. An honest bike. It's been dry stored for several years. It is in good condition. It's not mint, but then again, how is it going to be mint? It's a kid's bike. It's going to have been knocked over. I was going to say more times than, but I'm not going to complete that sentence because someone may take offence. And that's the last thing I want to do. TY80, 1977, no reserve. They don't half lean over on these stands, Phil. Suzuki K10 from the 1960s. Let's have a look at this one. Where is it? Walks this way, sir. Is it this one? I think it might be. Yes, sir. 1960 Suzuki K10. Look at me. Straight away, I thought, that's Honda. When I was over there, I thought, look at it. Red and white with the chrome there on the tank and the knee protectors. It's Honda. It's not. It's a Suzuki. Suzuki did quite a bit of that. Sort of copying Honda, even down to the colour schemes. But then, in the 70s, Suzuki engineering was very innovative. And it was almost they deliberately did things that Yamaha, Kawasaki and Honda didn't do. We'll come to that in my book when it eventually gets finished. 79cc air-cooled single-cylinder two-stroke. We've got 2 keys. It's got funky knobbly tyres, it says here. It has got funky knobbly tyres, lads. Dry stored. Good compression on this one. Again, I shall be the judge. Ooh, blimey. Yeah, you're not kidding. Right, so no reserve on that one. What? How far? 1,975? From new, since the 1960s? You are kidding. Nice that. I like it. Suzuki. Groovy. No reserve. 1975, behind me. Phil's going, it's behind you. Friday the 13th, Phil. Ooh, spooky vibes. That's when our motorcycle sale is. What's happened to the tank? Something terrible's happened to that tank, Phil. Look. It's like Freddy Krueger's face. That needs sorting out. Get it flatted back. Get the nitromors on there, flatted back. Take that off. Suzuki 125, Suzuki, idiot. CZ125 Sport from the Adam White collection. Yeah. Now, I don't know what's going on there, but it ain't good. I love this headlight. Look how groovy that is. And the key, it's going to look like a speedy key. Look at that. What's going on there? Look at the key. That's the key. I knew that because I've had one of these before. That is the key. Now, people might say, well, how can that be the key? Because anybody could stick anything in there. Yeah, well, right, okay. This bike was built in 1975 in a communist country. What do you think happened to you if you got caught stealing motorbikes? Nothing good. Not like here. It wasn't like a slap on a wrist and going picking up litter on the railway embankment for a few weeks. No, sir. So a lot of these communist bikes, it's just all you're doing is making an electrical connection. Because people did not steal cars and they did not steal motorbikes because you didn't want to go to a gulag for a few years, did you? Hey, look at that. It's got the old, this is a Brit bike, obviously, from new, because it's got the old bacon slicer on the front there. HND. Will somebody buy it because of that? I'm not sure. If you've got a HND or a Honda, that's what I mean, 107N. 7,792, UK bike, low mileage. Something terrible's happened to the tank, that could be sorted. Seats good, side panels are good, little wear on the engine, rear shocks look good, rims, wheel rims are good, and the tyres. What are the tyres? Barhams, of course the Barhams. It's a Czech motorbike, it's got Czech tyres. 7,792 miles, no reserve on the CZ125. Sort that tank out, it's giving me the ick. Right, Honda C200 Special. Hold on. Yeah. Has it got half of a pit bike engine? Well, we say pit bike engine, it's just a replacement engine, isn't it? A Chinese-made replacement engine of the type that would have been fitted to this bike originally, just built under license there instead of in Japan by Japanese people. 1964, same vintage as me, but obviously in much better condition. UK bike with 2 keys, old style V5 present, 30,000 miles, but you've got to remember that engine is considerably younger than the rest of the bike. Look at this, the way Honda did things. These pressed steel forks here, all of the details and the design, the way it's all incorporated and integrated and it all fits together. This is from a time when other people were just lashing things together and sending them out to the showrooms. Honda, the design, the thought, the engineering that went behind it, for me, is the best. Nobody else did it as well as they did. There were better bikes, I think, but there weren't many better bikes that were better thought out than a Honda. Yeah, that is a modern engine conversion, isn't it? And you either like that or you don't like that, but it will be reflected in the price. That one's for sale at no reserve. We're on to these now. Sky Team. The Sky Team Ace. Ace bars. The Sky Team Ace, and it's got ace bars. Right, come here, Phil, for a handlebar lesson. These are not clip-ons. No, sir, of course they're not. You know that, but they look like clip-ons. If they were clip-ons, they'd fix on here, wouldn't they? Onto the leg of the fork. They would clip onto the fork leg. But these are called ace bars because they were very popular with the lads down at the Ace Cafe in that there London, where I was only the other day. I still love going down there. I've been going down there 30 years. Man and boy, disc brake on the front, so you've got that 60s styling, but you've got more modern mechanicals. We've got a 250 engine conversion. Yeah, because I thought these were 50s and 125s. Pretty sure they were. My pal bought one for his missus. But I would warn you, he bought one for his lovely lady wife, and she really liked the looks of it, but that saddle, that single saddle, is way, way back, 60s cafe racer style. Now you're going, go on, Barry, give us a demo. No, sir. I've got leather sole shoes on for reasons that are best known to me. But this carpet, it's new. there could be a terrible accident, and there's not going to be. Yeah, I think there were 50s and 125s, and Adam, who's the gentleman who owned this motorbike, has put a 250 in it, which is presumably a lot more powerful than the one that was there originally. Estimate is £2,500 to £3,000 on the SkyTeam Ace. What a great name. SkyTeam Ace. It's from 2016. Mileage, 3 miles. Diddy little clocks on the old calf racer, SkyTeam 250. Oh, wait, stay there. You'd love it if I dropped one of these bikes, wouldn't you? Feels like that, yeah. You'd love it, I hate you. Right, not really. SkyTeam 125, so this is the same bike. Oh, it says Honda. Built under license in China, the engine at least, like a 60s Honda, but in the cafe racer style, but done to a budget. This one's been hopped up with all sorts of aftermarket parts. I'm pretty sure them rear sets weren't standard. This one's the 125. It's new and unregistered. We've got 2 keys, the owner's manual. Cafe racer styling again, 4 miles from new, which is probably pushing it around. Wonder if the engine's ever run. Disc brake on the front, drum brake on the back. Even that is classic 1960. You pretend you're Mike Elwood on one of these. All right, well, not Ago, no. He was envying Yamaha, wasn't he? Jim Redman. Mike Elwood, he was the man, wasn't he? For me, for a lot of people. £1,500 to £2,000 on the 125 SkyTeam Ace. Here's another one. More or less the same bike. Oh, I like the bars though on this one. Might be easier to live with. Sort of straight bars, so you sat up a bit more. I don't think the pegs, yeah, the standard pegs on this one. This is a brand new bike. It's never run, I'm sure. New and unregistered, yes. 2 keys. Lovely cafe racer style bike. I like the single saddle on this. I like most of the things about this. I hope you do. And if you do, register to bid and bid in our sale. On Friday, the 13th of Feb, where you could buy this for between $1,500, this is cheap, $1,500 and £2,000. A SkyTeam Ace 125. I love it. So distinctive and so evocative of those 1960s Honda with the red frame and the silver paintwork. Wonderful. Yamaha IT175K ISDE International 6-day Enduro. Yes? No? Possibly. You tell me, ISDE. I think so. 175 2-stroke single. Spare bike for the ISDE team. Wow, yeah. I'm right for once. Air-cooled, 6-speed gearbox. It's a complete bike. It's had a restoration. All sorts of stuff done to it. Come on round, Phil. Give them a good look at the loveliness. 43 miles on the clocks. Probably since the restoration. These rims are new. These tyres are new. New Michelin's DID rims, proper stuff, none of your cheap nonsense. Great restoration on that one. The bike's got a bit of history. Like we say, 43 miles is what we see recorded, although obviously that's not what... I say that's obviously not what the bike has done. It was a spare bike for a race team, so maybe that is. We don't know. We can only tell you what we know. £5,000 to £5,500 on the 1982-1983 Yamaha IT175 K ISDE from the Adam White collection. Kawasaki F7 175. Lovely bike. Trail bike, 175 2-stroke single cylinder. Original, unrestored condition. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. In this instance, I'm going to say it's good. It just looks great. It's had a life. It's a US import with these orange side markers on it and this big old rack on the back. Dry stored, it's got good compression. Yeah, no wrong with it. Saddle's great. What are the miles? 9,436 miles on the 1973 Kawasaki F7 175. Has it got an exhaust? Where's it? It's around this side, idiot. Me, not you, Phil. Yeah, it's around this side. Oh, it's got a tray underneath it because it's leaking oil and it's not even British. It's not leaking any oil though, there's no oil on it. That's just there for for safety. I like it. A lot of character. Great patina. Do we say patina? Do we say patina? I don't know. Who cares? All we care about is that it's a great looking bike and it's for sale with no reserve in our next bike sale here at Manor Park. As is the 1971 Suzuki TS185 ER. 183 air-cooled, 2-stroke single-cylinder, original unrestored condition, single saddle, high-level exhaust. It's a very clean bike. It's a well-used bike. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the pipes. What about the forks and wheels and all that? These rims have had a good polish. Little drum brake on the front there. You don't want to be hitting the front brake too hard on one of these. You'd be straight down the road. Of whom's manufacture are these tyres, which seem to be pretty much new? I can't read that. IRG. Never heard of them. They probably never heard of me, mate. Mind you, they might be long gone. It's a 1971 bike and it's original, unrestored condition. From new. 4,661 miles. It redlines at 8,000 RPM and it could be yours in this sale because there is no reserve. All bikes are subject to a buyer's premium of 15% on the hammer price. When young Tommy bring that hammer down, he do talk like that, don't he, Phil? Love him, great lad, Tom, but he do talk like that. When he brings that hammer down, there's 15% on the hammer price. Don't forget that. Kawasaki KD125, 124, 2-stroke single, air-cooled, 6-speed. Again, a trail bike. And the saddle's relatively low because you're probably expected to, you know, a bit of light boot assistance at times when you're going through a particularly tough little section. Before you come out onto the road, would you go out on the road on this? No, they got wide open spaces. You might have wide open spaces. You might know a great place to ride this. I do. 6-speed, wow, 6-speed, 1974, that would have been rare. Like the lads say here, again, a very rare twin shock trail bike. That's why Adam White, whose collection this is, some of these bikes obviously seem quite unremarkable, but he knew what he was doing and they're super rare. Think 1974 and it's a 6-speed from 1974. It's in generally good order. I'm not sure about them tyres. The paint's great. There's no evidence of the oil seals having failed. The bodywork's in good condition. There are no rips or tears. I tell you what, the Japanese did not make a decent seat for their motorcycles. They'd take absolute decades of pure stick, not a rip, not a tear, hardly any wear. Sounds like an advert, that, doesn't it? Not a rip, not a tear, hardly any wear. With this, I'm thinking of what it could be for. I'll come back to you on that. In the meantime, 1970 Suzuki TC100. 98cc, 2-stroke, single-cylinder, original unrestored condition. It's a kicker, high-level pipe. Is something missing off the back there? Possibly, possibly not. Is there a baffle down there? Yes. We got the Nova certificate. It's got the big rack on the back for all your kit. Again, it's like a 100cc bike, but look how big it is. Hold on. That's got to be edited out. Let me just put that saddle back. No harm done. No harm, no foul. There you go. Put that back. Get on from this side. Yeah. Great. Great stance for me. I'm 5'10", 30 inside legs since you ask. Yes, my torso is long and I have short legs for a man of my height. But that is absolutely bob on for me, and it might be for you, for the sort of riding you might do on it. 3,693 miles, it's MOT and tax exempt, original unrestored, 2,500 to 3,000 pounds. Let me get off without further embarrassment, if that's at all possible. I might have to do a bit of that. There you go. Bit of river dancing. 1973 Kawasaki GA90. Phil liked that when I did that. Big grin on his face. I won't forget that, Phil. A file of dating history on this one. It's got good compression, great basis for restoration. Yeah, that doesn't go with that, does it? But somebody's put it there because, you know, it needed to cover that up. Probably found it in the back of the garage. We've all done that. Put bits of one bike on another bike because we just needed something to go there. Look at this. Choke there. Remote choke. Wow. 4,963 miles from new, 1973. 53 years old. Wow. 53, yeah. Look at me doing maths. CSE grade 1. They didn't put me in for the O-level. The arts were more my thing, but you've probably worked that out already, haven't you? Yeah. You're a right artist, you, Berry. 73 GA90. Good compression, great basis for a restoration. Look at that, no reserve again. I love the styling, distinctively Kawasaki. Twin shock, 90cc. Great little usable bike. Suzuki TS100. No reserve on this one. Generally good condition. It starts and runs, we're told. It does. If the lads put that, it means it does. Kickstart, obviously. Scottsdale Cycles. Scottsdale. I think that's Arizona. Is it? No. Oh, it's not Scottsdale. It says Associated. I'm not that good, at, obviously, at reading upside down. Associated Cycle Enterprises of... Oh, it doesn't say. There's a phone number. We could try that number, Phil. Hey, have you got any jobs? Do you boys know anything about motorcycles? Not really. Yeah, we've seen your video. Do not modify the exhaust system. It's what is it with these bikes that they sold to the Americans, telling them not to modify the exhaust? It starts and runs. We have the no certificate, no reserve on this one. The Suzuki TS100. Kawasaki KM100A. I think this is the bike for Phil. See, he's a nervous type. He'd be all right on the... Blimey, it's quite heavy for 100 and for a bike that size. Right, I'm going to guess that's for like a teenager. It's got a big... No, it can't be. It's got a big clock on it and 3,500 miles. So is this sort of a bit like a monkey bike, except halfway between a full-size motorcycle and a monkey bike? I don't know. I've never seen one before. This is one of the reasons why I love doing this. KM100A. Generally good condition. I mean, look. It's almost knee-high on me, and I'm not that tall. So tell us in the comments. This obviously wasn't intended as a child's bike. It's done 3.5. Has it done 3,500 miles though, or has that clock been put on there off another bike? You tell me. Good condition, great basis for a restoration. Not sure about that. Tank's in good order, saddle's in good order, decent tyres, rims, everything else. It's in good, fair to good. No, it's closer to good than fair, I would say. The Kawasaki KM100A, 3,294 miles, no reserve. Here we go, here we go. Go on, go on, go on. Don't fall over. Stay there. Phil's hands might be shaking now because he's getting excited. We've come to the FZ50 Suzuki. That white saddle wouldn't be very practical in use, would it? But I would imagine that the sort of person that would ride something like this wouldn't be the sort of person to let themselves get too dirty. Carrying rack on the back there. We've got a fuel gauge. Felipe, observe. A fuel gauge here. Yeah, a little red line there showing you when it's full and when it's empty. Presumably the saddle comes up, you fill it through there. Speedo there. Indicators, yes sir. It's got a choke on it to get it started. So is it electric? It's electric start, presumably. Of course it is. Oh no, it's not. It's kickstart. Let's see if I can manage this, eh? Come on, the Kickstarter on the FZ50. Oh, blimey. Right, good compression on that one. Yes sir. Look at that, it's even got the sticker there. Telling you, like, you know, be careful when you first get going and preserve life and, you know, don't modify the exhaust and all that sort of stuff. British bike, Jeff Owen Motorcycles of Colwyn Bay. 2-stroke, air-cooled, automatic clutch, 1 key, good compression, new tyres, honest little moped. A funky, wonky little moped. I love it. FZ50 Suzuki. 2,000 miles since 1979, no reserve. Look at that little carrier on there. You could put your cameras on or your stuff on there, Phil, when you're coming into work every day. New tyres. Get some new tyres on that, mate. Look at them cast wheels. Fabulous. No reserve. Honda PX50. Again, I don't remember these at all. It's not the sort of thing I would have paid much attention to at the time, because again, it would have been transport for people who didn't like. I like scooters. You all know that, Vespas and Lambrettas. That's where I started on the road, not off road. Off road, I started on anything we could get our hands on, but on the road, Vespas and Lambrettas, and then moved almost straight away to like super bikes, custom. The first big bike I ever rode was a Honda 404. I've said that many times. The second big bike I ever rode was an FZR1000. So stuff like this wouldn't have been on my radar. This is it's on a C plate. So what's that? 86? No, 85. UK bike, 2 keys, good compression. Again, a good, honest little moped. It's kind of quite sporty off-roady, isn't it? You know, look at the tyres. It could probably handle like a canal towpath. Not that that would be legal, but you know, that's sort of a bit of trail work. Very original, honest little thing. What mileage has it done? 1 mile, we don't know. Somebody's put the funky little clock on there that somebody's put on, which is obviously not the original one. Has got 1 mile on it, so we don't know. No reserve, from the Adam White collection. Yeah, and the brakes are both up here. Somebody will love that. Not me, but somebody will. Couldn't like anything. Everything, rather. Could we? There won't be enough time, and you won't have enough room. Kawasaki G500. It's yellow, it's bright. Yeah, somebody's painted this, haven't they? Put these new decals on. Bit of a restoration job. Saddle's good, shocks, tyres, all good. Rims. Bit of wear and tear on the engine and the frame there. New horn. 6,506 miles from new. Mostly complete. Is it a UK bike? No, don't think so. It's got side reflectors. There's no plate on the back. HPI, no, idiot boy. We've got a V5 for this one. Yeah, it's had a bit of a restoration. 6,500 miles since 1971. That's nothing, obviously. No reserve again. On the 1971 Kawasaki G5 100. Kawasaki G4 100 Trail Boss. Trail Boss. 10 speed. 10 speed? What? We'll go into that. Right. 10 speed dual range transmission. Ah, so it's got like overdrive on every gear, low and high. 99cc 2-stroke single. When you ever seen a 10-speed motorcycle? 10-speed bicycle? Bet you had one of them, didn't you, Phil? A Rally Arena out of the Grattan catalogue? Come on. Lightweight dual sports bike, looks to be mostly compete. Big rack on the back. It was sold new by Eastside Kawasaki. Services are a speciality. Thank you, sir. Eastside Honda and Kawasaki. Yeah. Check for compression. All right, I'll check for compression. It's got it. We got the Nova certificate. No reserve on the 1970s G4 100 Trail Boss 10 speed. Can you imagine that telling your mates? Yeah, I got a new Kawasaki 10 speed. You what? What are you talking about? 10 speed? Yes. It's like overdrive. I'm assuming that. Educate me in the comments. Honda XR, in other words, there's a low and high range on, it's a 5-speed, but there's low and high on every gear. Honda XR125, 124cc, 4-stroke single. The bulletproof enduro the lads have put here. Looks mostly original. We drained the fuel tank, which is in very good condition. Still got the sticker. Achtung, preserve life, always wear a helmet. Don't ride like a maniac. Lovely bike. Great looking piece of kit. That XL125. They're the magic words, aren't they? Looks mostly original. V5 needs to be applied for. No reserve on the 1978 Honda XL125 with 23,000 miles on the clock in nearly 50 years. I love that blue, which is handy because this one's the same colour. Suzuki TS175 ER. 183cc, single cylinder, air-cooled two-stroke. Got a good history file with this one. It's got anti-theft security marking. We only have one key. We've got the V5 and it's done 20,446 miles. I think that seat cover must be a replacement. It looks in superb condition. The plastics are great. The anti-theft marking stuff is here. It's got, oh, it's twin shock, yeah. What is it? 83, twin shock, drum on the front. Yes, sir. Drum brake on the front. So a bit of a budget bike at the time, this one. But this one's in lovely condition. I'm sure that that front mudguard's new. Not the bars, not the indicators, not the instruments. 20,446 miles. In good nick, bit of a restore job on that one, and it's no reserve. 1983, what were you doing in 83, Phil? You weren't born. Yeah, I knew that. Bit of a rhetorical question. There was no need for an actual answer, mate. We all knew that. Right, 1983, Honda XR250. I was living the life, mate, in 83, I'll tell you that. No reserve on this one, the XR250R. It's 250, you know that. Air-cooled, single-cylinder four-stroke. It's a Honda. This is a UK bike. Air plate, A177, NYD. Little bit of a rack on the back of this one. 19,059 kilometres. Why kilometres? Well, I say why kilometres. It's a UK bike. Just because it's got a UK number plate on the bike doesn't mean it was originally sold in the UK. So we've got, yes, what we've got here is MPH, not KMH, lads, come on. 19,059. Hold on. It's got miles and kilometres. Right, we'll have to check that. This is why you shouldn't rely on anything I say. These previews are just provided as a form of entertainment. Stop, I know, right? No. We're telling you what we know. The lads do a great job of putting the information down on here for me, and then I've got to sort of interpret it. So I'm thinking that this one's done 19,000 miles rather than kilometres. Since 1983, on the air plate, one key, great basis for a restoration, physically large motorcycle, again that one. The V5 is present and we reckon, well, no reserve. Yamaha IT175 from the Adam White collection, 175 two-stroke single, air-cooled, 6-speed gearbox, proper bit of off-road kit, this complete running bike, a superb restoration, it's all good, lots of love down here on the swinging arm and the frame. The exhaust, it's had a couple of knocks, but it's been restored. The tank's good, mud guards, rims, new tyres. Yeah, nice restoration, lovely. Somebody spent time and money on this great looking bike from 1980, believe it or not, with a 6-speed gearbox. Fantastic, 175 two-stroke. Physically large, again, big bike for a 175, but plenty of go in that motor. What a bike. 4,000 to 4,500 pounds. 1979 Kawasaki KE125, a 125cc two-stroke single-cylinder machine. Bit of a restoration, fresh shockers on the back, good compression, one key provided. We've got some MOT history, UK registered with a plate on the back there on the V for 1979. Indicators work, it's done. 7,536 miles since 1979, and it's for sale with no reserve in our next bike auction. Did I mention it's on Friday the 13th? I think I did. That getting annoying yet, Phil? Says no. He's wrong. Right, Kawasaki KE125. Is this, right, put me right, everybody. I don't remember us really doing this. That's obviously a rear mud flap. On a lot of bikes that come in from the States, like this one, it's pointing, it's there. And you say, oh, we used to do that all the time, Barry. Don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, but we used to do that all. I don't think we did. They did. See it on a lot of these import bikes. How do you know it's an import bike? Have the lads written it down there? I know, because, look, Kawasaki headquarters, where the good times begin. 810 West Kearney Street, Springfield. You could buy Bart's bike. Bart Simpson's Kawasaki KD125, perhaps. More likely to belong to Snake. Oh, I see you bought my motorcycle. 124, two-stroke thing. Apparently, did you know, Phil, I'll tell you this. You know I'm full of completely useless facts. Do you know why they chose the name Springfield for The Simpsons? It's the most popular place name in the real United States of America. There are more places called Springfield than anything else. Everyone else is going back home, watching this, is going, I knew that. Think you're clever, Berry, don't you? No. Some MOT history, good compression, 1 key. We got the V5, 7,500 miles from new, 1979, KE125, and no reserve. 1970s Kawasaki. 100, just so you know. Oh, and there's a viewer there for the two-stroke mix. So you can put the oil in there. It must be auto lube. Yes, auto lube. 99cc rotary valve system, unique, 10-speed. We've been into this, haven't we? We've been into this. 5 high, 5 low. Nova documents available. It's done. 949 miles from brand new. Looks to be complete and a mostly original bike. We drained the tank. Lock your cycle. It says here. Okay. Lock your cycle, stop theft. That'd be a novel idea, wouldn't it? I'd like that. Not sure it'd work. You have to think of increasingly devious methods to stop wrong-uns from getting their hands on your bikes, don't we? Suzuki TS125. The Suzuki Motorcycle Company. Look at that pipe. Great. 2 seats, double saddle, rear pegs. Needs to clean, this bike. Rusty in parts, but the paint could do with cleaning up. Saddle's good, tank's good-ish. That needs polishing. Could it be on firmer? I don't know. It's probably mounted like that, so that because it's kind of an on-road, off-road bike. So it can't be too firmly mounted, can it? Or else it's something to break down there. There's got to be a bit of give in things, including the rider. 13 brake horsepower, 893 miles since the 1970s. Oh yeah, come around here, Phil, and look at this. Why do American number plates look so cool? Look at that. Excuse me, son. Your tag has expired. I'm going to have to impound your motorcycle and haul your ass to jail. I had an American cop say that to me, Phil. Put the fear of God in me, mate. I thought it was going to be like, oh no, don't go there. All them films where a British person ends up in jail in America, it doesn't go well. That's what I thought, but I was wrong. I didn't go to jail. Managed to talk him out of it. Can you believe it? Me talking somebody out of something. 1970 Suzuki TS125 with the Yankee plate there on the back. We have the Nova documentation. The bike has compression. 900 miles since 1970s. 13 brake horsepower. Powerful little motor that, for the, very much so for the day. No reserve. The magic words. 1971 Kawasaki F6 125. It's orange and it's got road run on the tank, so already that's a big plus in my book. First time I saw a real road runner, Phil, it blew my mind because I was used to, because being from Bury, Lancashire, you don't see many road runners. But when I went to Palm Springs, California, and I was on the veranda, you know, having a Mai Tai and watching the world go by, and a road runner ran past, they're bloody massive. They're absolutely massive. I'm telling you. The one on the cartoon, did he? Not everything in a cartoon is like it is in real life. Ooh, that's words to live by. What an evocative little bike this is. So stylish. It's had a life. It's had a hard life. The saddle's all cracked there. This could do with cleaning up. Really, I think you might be looking at this as a restoration because it's a pretty sophisticated model, this one. What we're having sort of, you know, the old rotary valve business here. 125, auto lube there. Yes? Is that where your two-stroke oil goes? Two-stroke oil. It says, I just asked and it says it in big letters on there. I could have just read that, couldn't have? Mind you, it's a bit dirty. I'll just give it a cat lick, as my mother would say. Two-stroke oil. Yes, sir. Rear pegs. No, that's a Kickstarter, idiot. Yeah, there are. Is that a rear peg? I'm not sure. Maybe. Rack on the back, American number plate. Where's this one from? Minnesota. Ooh, controversy. Avoid that, move swiftly on. Right, okay. So, no reserve on that one. 7,500 miles from new on there. Yeah, fair condition, I'd say. Well, good to fair. Tank's good. See, it's got wear and everything, but I like that. I would just like clear coat, as they say, or lacquer would be a better word, because I'm from Bury and not from, where was it from, this one? Minnesota. Yeah, on there. Just clean it, leave it as it is, because it's in good nick. There's no big dints in it or anything. Oh, actually there is on this side. There's a bit of a big dint there. I said, there's no big dints on it. No, there is a big dint there. Got to be honest. I was going to mention my ex-wives then, but never mind, let's move on. 7.5, there's something about this bike that's making me feel a bit giddy. Have you noticed, Phil? I like it. 7,500 miles from new, 1971. Good Lord. 55-year-old, this bike. We've got the Nova document, great restoration project. Yeah, that's what the lads are saying. That one really is a restoration project, isn't it? No reserve. Kawasaki KE100 B4, British bike, this one, surely. Maybe not. Read the notes, Berry, you fool. I can hear people screaming, read the notes, all right. Nice, yes, it's a UK bike. UK bike, nice original condition, good compression, HPI clear on this one, 10,765 miles from brand new. Loads of people had these, didn't they? When you could have a 125, people would have to have one of these because it was better than the equivalent. Well, just because you could have a 125, this was only 100. People had 80s, 90s, 100s, different markets all around the world. This was a popular bike in the UK, and it earned that reputation of being a good, comfortable, reliable, durable, well put together motorcycle, and 40 years old, this Kawasaki KE100 B4. No reserve in our sale, and that is it for the motorcycles in the Adam White collection, which were offered as part of our motorcycle sale here at Manor Park in Cheshire on Friday the 13th of February. But there is another machine from Adam's collection in the sale, but it ain't a motorcycle, baby. It's a chopper. Walk this way. So we come to the last of the machines from the Adam White collection, all of which are available in our motorcycle sale here at Manor Park on Friday the 13th of Feb. But as I said, in the style of Butch from Pulp Fiction, it ain't a motorcycle, baby. It's a chopper. The Rally Chopper. Ida Silver Jubilee edition. It was silver with red and blue pinstripes and a lovely badge celebrating the Silver Jubilee of our Queen. What a fantastic celebration of style over common sense and substance. How many British men risked not carrying their DNA forward to the next generation with that bloody Sturmey Archer gear changer thing there? I mean, look where it is. You're bound to end up on it at some point in the proceedings, aren't you? But we didn't care because it was cool. I chopped mine in, I seem to remember, for a rally arena, which was much more of a bicycle than a kind of fashion statement, which is what this really was. And, put me right, I think that this is a Mark II, because I think the pedals are Mark II pedals. I think the original pedals were just completely flat. They didn't, I don't know if they span round like that. I think they were fixed. And the Mark I didn't have this warning. This bicycle is not constructed to carry passengers. Of course it's constructed to carry passengers. If you could persuade a girl to go on the bike, like you're not going to do that. Hey baby, get on, it's a chopper. So they put that there, I think, on the Mark II. However, I think that may have been added later because I don't understand how that would have lasted 50 years without any wear at all, unless this wasn't written. I might not be right. Great sort of rear red reflector on the back. It's got a bit of a carry on the back. The tyres are very good on this one. These must be recent replacements. We used to, what a country we used to be. Oh, this is terrible. This is turning into one of those old man rants. But never mind staring at your bloody smartphone. We had these, and do you know what? They were better. they were better than that, and you could relive. The funny thing is, right, as a full-sized adult, you can still ride one of these without appearing utterly ridiculous. And the physical size of them lets you ride it. So you think, how the heck did I ride one of these when I was 12? I did though. Absolutely fantastic and available. If you registered to bid in our sale on February the 13th here at Manor Park Classics in Cheshire, I'm getting all excited now, and with full justification, because these were bloody great and rubbish at the same time.